Well, hello and welcome to Knife Delights. It's time for another Two for Tuesday. And boy, I got a humdinger for today. We're going to start out here with these two knives, but we're going to end up with pairs of knives. But these two knives were gifted to me from Ozarks Boy. And when he sent that big old box of knives around from Jesse, he included these as gifts to me. And wow, little did he know how well these two knives fit into my collection. Let me explain. Okay, so here is what I believe to be another boy's knife. And I just did a video on a boy's knife that I restored. And I've got two other boy's knives. There's one I just restored, and there's another one, my boy's favorite. The boy's favorite. And this one says Boy's Pride on it. So the knives are supposed to be under 3.5 inches is kind of the broad description of them. Kind of a single blade, cheaply made. So you can see this is about a 3 1/8. And I had to do some research because you see that tang stamp there? It says Guarantee Stall DRP. And I was wondering, I figured that the Stahl was the name of the knife company. But in my research, and anyone that speaks German, please correct me, but the guarantee is the German word for guarantee. And then Stahl means steel or blade or steel blade or something. So that's just another German word. And the DRP, well, that comes from the, my German is terrible anymore. But anyway, from the old German patent office. So this knife is probably prior to, I believe, 1945. Based on that DRP stamp on it. And I'll put a slide up here and give a closer look at that tang stamp and those words on there. So, there is no knife maker. I looked up in my Levine's Guide for Stahl and for Guarantee Stahl, and that company does not appear. So that appears to not be a company name. But I had forgot about this knife that I had, and I don't know if I've ever shown this before, but this one just says Republic of Ireland on it. But it fits the description of a boy's knife also. So it's a little bit smaller than this one. But what's great is they both have their the bails on them, which is something that's usually lost. So here's our first pairing right here. So Ozarks Boy, you just don't know how you're helping me fill out my collection here on these boys' knives. Isn't that fantastic? I just love old historical cutlery. Yeah, so we'll set those two aside. And then he sent me this. And this is an Imperial Ireland. It's a little small Stockman. And it's got a wicked clip point on it and that nice long pole there. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous little Stockman. And it was an advertising. It looks like Texas Chemical, maybe. But the Imperial Frontier line of knives, I think this one, from something I read, was probably made in the 70s. I do have a screenshot to put up here. One is showing a full-page ad on the Frontier knives. And then on the second slide, it will show just the pocket knives from that ad, but it's blown up so you can read it a little better. And I'll put those up and you can pause and study those if you'd like. But what's great about this is I did have one of these little Frontier Stockmans, but this is in the, what I believe, the gunpowder black covers. And my problem with this one is, although I can see that tang stamp there, on the back side the tang stamp's all blurred. but it's pretty clear on this one. And you can see there it shows 4033 for the model number, Imperial, USA. So from that ad, from the pocket knives, you can see, I believe this one is in that ad. And they also had one that was more of a cream color. And then you have this yellow Delaware one here. Now the only thing is, I believe this is the 4031 in gunpowder black. But they described in that advertisement as a 3 1/4 inch closed length. And as you can see, these are under 3 inches. These are like 2 3/4 inches. So I don't know if maybe this is not the one that's shown in the ad. I still believe it is, and I think it's probably a misprint in the ad. That happens. But I can't be 100% sure. But yeah, this was a whole line of knives that Imperial put out, the Frontier series. I just love that powder horn on there. Yeah. Great little knives. These are handy little Stockmans. If you're wearing some dress pants or something like that and you don't want a big heavy Stockman or a big heavy knife in your pocket while you've got these. So again, single-sided swedge, long pole. We'll take a look at the sheep's foot here. There's your little sheep's foot. So this is a 2-inch clip point with about a 1 3/4 inch cutting edge, and the sheep's foot is just over, probably like 1 5/8, and a cutting edge of about 1.5 inches. And then you have your little pen blade, and it looks to be about 1.5 inches long and about 1 3/4 inch cutting edge to it. So Ozarks Boy, thank you so much. This is a 2 for Tuesday, so I invite all channels to participate. Just grab a couple of knives and talk about them. It's a fun, easy open tag. And make sure that you tag Knife Delights somewhere, either in the description box or in the title. That way I get notified that you did a 2 for Tuesday, and I'll make sure and get it watched that way. So wow, once again, these knives just fit right into my collection so well, and I'm just really happy to have received them. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up, and until next time, have a very delightful day.